Mina was the kind of girl no one expected much from. She lived in a quiet village where life moved slowly, and so did dreams. Her family had a small piece of land, barely enough to grow enough rice to survive. Her father had passed away years ago. Her mother stitched clothes for neighbours, and Mina, she looked after the farm before sunrise, went to school in the afternoon, and spent her evenings helping her mother with stitching. She was 17, barefoot most days, her hands rough from work, her face tanned by the sun. But she had a mind full of ideas and a heart that refused to give up. One summer, she decided to try something new. Instead of growing just rice, she planted a small patch of vegetables using a method she learned from a school workshop. She read, experimented, and worked extra hours under the sun. Villagers laughed at her. Who does she think she is? Stick to rice like your mother did. This is not for girls. But Mina didn't answer back. She just worked silently, watered the plants herself, protected them with homemade fences, and kept hoping. Until one morning, a flood hit their area. Heavy rain destroyed everything. Her vegetables drowned in muddy water. All her efforts gone overnight. She sat near the broken fence in silence. Her mother placed a hand on her shoulder, expecting her to cry. But Mina looked up and said calmly, "It failed, but I didn't. I learned what not to do next time." Sitting by the muddy fence, Mina didn't just see ruined plants. She saw a list of lessons written in the soil. Don't plant in low spots during rains. Make drainage. Choose crops that can survive water. Never grow only one thing, and never trust the weather blindly. She didn't fail. She had just discovered the map for doing it better next time. That evening, at the school's community hall, an agricultural officer from the nearby town had come to visit. He had heard about some girl who was trying new methods on a small patch of land. When he met Mina, he was surprised, not by her success, but by her calm after failure. She didn't try to impress him. She told him honestly what worked, what didn't, and what she'd do differently. He listened and smiled. Everyone wants to talk about success, but you spoke about failure like it was part of the process. That's rare, that's leadership. 2 weeks later, Mina received a letter from the district office. She had been selected for a young rural innovators program, a small scholarship, training in sustainable farming, and the chance to present her idea at a state-level event. She didn't win first prize there either. Even this time, she didn't walk away with her head bowed. Instead, she walked taller, her steps steady, her eyes brighter. But she was invited to join a 6-month learning program in town, her first time living outside the village. All because she didn't give up when her farm failed. All because she didn't blame the rain or her luck. She simply stood up and said, "Next time I'll try smarter." And slowly, something changed. She no longer carried just the weight of survival. She carried the spark of possibility. After 6 months, when Mina returned to her village, people barely recognized her. She was still the same barefoot girl with sun-tanned skin, but her eyes carried a new light, the light of knowledge, confidence, and hope. This time, she didn't plant just one small patch. She gathered a few village children, showed them what she learned, and together they built raised vegetable beds with proper drainage, compost pits, and protective fencing. The same villagers who once laughed now stopped by to watch. And when her crops survived the next rain, whispers of admiration spread. Her small farm became a model for others. Years later, Mina would look back and realize her real victory wasn't the scholarship or the town program or even the harvest that followed. Her true victory was the moment she sat by that broken fence after the flood and chose to learn instead of quit. Because in life, it's not the rain or the failure or the laughter of others that defines us. It's the choice we make when everything seems lost. Mina chose to rise, and because of that, her story became one the village would tell for generations. Dear friend, if Mina's story touched you, remember this: life will hand you muddy days. Sometimes you'll give your best and things will still fall apart. That's not a sign you should stop. It's a sign you're learning. Don't fear failure. Fear standing still and never trying. See mistakes as maps. They point you toward the better way next time. Start small, but start now. Big changes often grow from tiny, stubborn steps. Protect your dream like Mina protected her plants. Nurture it daily, even when others laugh.